All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Dotphase here. How are you all doing? Yes, festive Dotphase. By the way, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat. I am joined this morning, or maybe this afternoon for some others, with Typo. How are you doing, dude?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm Typo Box.
So we're going to be getting into a very interesting session of, I guess you could say, a rhythm game known as Beataraja, BMS, B Music Source. It's a Beatmania 2DX simulator. I have showcased this game and played for many events throughout this year. And for this last session for an event, I thought a very cool block of going over aural perception in music and patterns would be a thing. So what does that mean? Basically, the matters of sensation that you get from listening to certain types of music, and when you hear maybe the key taps, things like that. If patterns are working out analytically in your brain, and things just make sense, you get those nice tingle feelings, kind of like when people watch ASMR or listen to ASMR and things like that. This is one thing that actually keeps me very hooked to the game, surprisingly. With DDR even as well, if you watch people, just stomping on the panels and they just have very good accuracy and things like that, it's very pleasurable to listen to. But so with that, Typo, if you want to properly introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Typo. I've been in this rhythm gaming community for 15 years now. This is a great group of people, and I'm just super glad to be able to be here and talk about something that I really enjoy with dotphase here this morning.
Mm-hmm. And of course, as everybody knows, I'm dotphase. I've been playing 7-key and Beatmania in general since I was 11 years old. I'm 28 now, so pushing 17 years. Started streaming on Twitch back in May, really pushing this content to a level to try to build a community and get people involved. So Fuzzy Logic crew, thank you so much. Meg, I know all the effort that you put into the event, and the tech crew, thank you so much. Shout out to Edge Case Collective for having us. So with that, any questions in chat? Because this is a 2-hour block. If there's any questions in chat, please ask them. I have my chat open right here. Typo, at any moment, if you want to talk about any of the patterns that you see, how it's making you feel, if you see any questions in chat, bring it up, talk over me while I'm playing. With that, there are going to be certain songs where I'm going to mute the music and just go off key taps to just kind of showcase how patterns can work in this game. And we're not going to be rushing any of the content. We're just going to be slowly rolling into songs, taking it easy this morning. If you have your coffee, tea, water, whatnot, it's going to be a relaxing experience. Not too many crazy bangers. And we're going to open up with a very, very beautiful song by a older composer in the BMS community known as Shiki. And Typo has a lot of love for Shiki as well. So if you want to explain anything about one of your favorite composers, please do.
Yes, so something I found really awesome about BMS, so Doc kind of touched on this a bit ago, but this is a very community-driven game. All of the music here is really things that people have made specifically for the purposes of this game. There are several different contests out there where a group will basically ask people to submit new songs, and just for the love of the game, just for people to play, just for people to enjoy. And I explained that because Shiki is actually someone who's been making music for this game since, I want to say, like 2005, 2006. That's about when this song comes from.
Absolutely.
And he kind of used this as a launchpad to gain a little bit of popularity. He's actually got a couple of songs in some of the mainstream arcade rhythm games now. And it's just pretty cool to see what a community effort can do to get someone started.
Yeah, this song, I will never forget the first time I played it and got goosebumps at this portion.
Also, as will probably become abundantly clear through this, as I'm talking, I am just a huge sucker for these piano-driven trance tracks, so that's me. Something that I think is actually kind of a hallmark of Cheeky songs and BMS, the charting on them, and we'll get into some more detailed basics on how that all works, but those little tiny note bursts of the faster notes, that's something that comes up in a lot of his music, and it's just like, it just feels good. It sounds so good when you hear someone hit those just right. Those key taps are beautiful.
So with that, I would just like to add scores, not a thing in this round. We're just going to be enjoying music and pretty much just leaving it on that realm. So yes, Typo was actually, dude, you were saying a lot of good stuff over that song. Shiki is a very, very old composer, as we were talking about. With that, I remember the first time I played a Shiki song, and it just completely blew my mind. The first song that I actually played, what was your first song that you played by Shiki?
I think my first exposure to Shiki was actually someone playing Air on ITG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Air was my first portion of listening to Shiki as well. All right. So for the next song, we're going to be getting into another great old composer known as Onoken. Let me just make sure I can find the song. And also, Sparko, hello, how are you doing? Ari, hello. Thank you all so much for making it. Letting the BGM play out. That BGM every single time gives me goosebumps. A lot of individuals in the community, such as myself and Val, Zyber, we make these BGM packs and edit other people's music to contribute more content to the game. And they're actually for free to download on the web. So, all right, this is a great song by Onoken. Onoken gives some really good vibes as well.
The Onoken's story is actually very similar to Shiki. I think he's been around just about as long, maybe a couple years later, maybe more like 2007 or so. But again, has just made a lot of great music for this game, and has kind of used it as a starting point for a career, getting music into other games and just doing what he loves. And doing what we love, honestly.
Absolutely.
I'm being prompted by chat to discuss my love for Onoken in a little bit of a different way. So one song that Onoken has that is actually in the Mania 2DX Konami's arcade version of this that inspired this game. It's called Aural, and I love that song so much that I have a character named after it on every MMO I play, so yes, that's me.
Yeah, Onoken is amazing. Song is gorgeous. Song is absolutely gorgeous.
It's amazing. We just got to a point there where I realized, you know what? It is just better if we let people hear this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I kept a couple of the BGMs in the folder to lighten up the mood a little bit because I don't want songs to be too depressing for some individuals and create that tone of like upset during the block. So some of the BGMs are going to raise the mood just a tad bit. So next we're going to get into one of the songs that I found from the current BMS of Fighters event, which was very surprising to hear as well. If a lot of people in the community know Nekomata Master in the Bimani series, this song is definitely kind of inspired. Yeah, I would say heavily inspired off of Nekomata Master. Oh yeah, look at the new dotphase emotes. Yeah. Yeah, Typo, have you seen them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And something tells me that if I haven't seen them yet, chat's not going to let me get away with that today. So.
Right. Also, another thing, everybody in chat, I actually never play this early in the morning, so this is a very interesting experience for me. So I'm actually going to be turning down my speed and stuff like that. So I'm still waking up myself, crushing water and whatnot. So sorry if I'm kind of like flooding my way through these menus trying to find a song. So going over just some of the mechanics in the game before we start getting into more detail of patterns and charting like that, because we're just about to hit shy of 10 minutes. So this game, you can play it in various modes, singles and doubles. I'm specifically playing in singles, which requires 1 turntable, 7 keys. Doubles requires 14 keys, 2 turntables. We actually have an individual in the chat right now, BitDecay, who actually plays doubles in the community. And as you've seen, when you press a button, like most rhythm games, you have receptors on the bottom. This game has a judgment line on the bottom, and you can you can see how on the layout it correlates with the controller that's in the basically the top right hand corner. Scratches or the big turntable on the left side of the screen, and then not only that, you have the 7 keys. The blue notes that are coming down are corresponding to the black keys, and of course the white notes that are coming down are corresponding to the white keys. You have judgments that when you hit the note, the game will tell you how you're hitting the note, and that's basically right and kind of in the center of the screen where it says play info. You have your different judgments where it shows perfect, great, great, good, bad, poor, kind of ghost pours, which is another thing we'll get into, and then combo breaks. And this game is heavily accuracy based. Letter grades are comprised off of the percentage of your judgment of hitting the notes across the song. And that's pretty much it. Did I cover everything? I mean, that's pretty much it for like the basic mechanic of the game. You know,
that really is
yeah.
Something that's amazing about rhythm games is that they're really the easiest games in the world because they tell you exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it, right? You can't screw it up.
Exactly. So I'm trying to hit lighter today. So those quick bursts of notes are known as trills.
I think one thing that's worth calling out too about the BMS community and these song submissions is that it's not just the music that is made specifically for these games and that the community puts a lot of work into. The charting is all by the community, and the background animations of videos are all by the community. And we'll see some of these videos, I'm sure. Dot's got some things queued up where the level of effort that goes into those is just incredible. I sometimes just cannot fathom the amount of work that goes into some of these songs.
Right. Like that song in particular as well. A lot of these songs that we're going to be playing have very, very good amounts of effort that are applied. So that's actually a song from the current BMS event, BMS of Fighters. Was that 14? Neo Dystopia. One thing I would like to add in is everything of what you're seeing and everything of what you're hearing right now is free. So if you are looking into wanting to get into BMS, don't worry about difficulty because there's actual normal charts and things like that you can learn. BMS, if you don't have an access or an accessible way to play 2DX at home or at an arcade due to COVID. And if anybody would like to know where to find and how to get this game running, please don't be afraid to hit any one of us up in the community. So thank you, Garby. I'm very, very tired. And yes, Ari, you're absolutely right. Also, good morning, Cabelia. All right. So next, we're going to roll into a song by... Let's see if I can find it. By Soundpiercer, called Love's Remainder. But with that, before I play it, let me turn up the music. So this is a chart that's going to showcase a different type of note called long notes. Or charge notes, depending in 2DX. So yes, sleepy morning. What's up, Ivy? Good morning.
Long notes are really straightforward. You see the big long note show up on the screen, you push the button and you hold it. I believe the way he's got things set up on this right now, you just hold it to land and that's good. On 2DX, for example, it actually requires that you time the release of the note as well, but I don't believe that's how things are set up for him.
No, just simple long notes.
Yeah. Something that's kind of interesting about long notes too is that there's something that while that's first and foremost inspired by Konami's Beatmania 2DX game, long notes were actually here first. There were long notes in this game for years before Konami adopted it in their games.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of triplet snares here. Then going into 8th notes and 16ths.
I know we said we weren't going to spend a lot of time talking about random here, but that backspin, I don't know how you were expected to ever be able to hit that.
Right. That's one of those one-handed techniques. But you don't even think about that until you're in the middle of holding the notes and you're just like, I can't actually do this with how I'm hitting the notes right now.
I should probably explain, I use the term backspin. Those are the long scratches where basically what you have to do is just keep the turntable moving all the way through them.
Oh. Another fantastic BGM that I edited and added into the game to kind of bring a little bit more depth. Tippy taps. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate the love that's happening up in chat. Trying to keep the round a little bit more relaxed, rather than having crazy bangers for the morning for most people. Backspin scratch. Maybe I should explain backspin scratches. Typo, if you also have any recommendations for songs that you would like to hear, please don't be afraid to plug and say, hey, Dot.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, I might, you know, with BMS and how it goes on streams, I might have the song, it might not, but... Yeah, we're just trying to keep it match. I mean, I will start getting into some insane charts just to showcase, as I was saying, like the oral perception in music and patterns, mainly patterns. There's a lot of insane charts that will start getting into crazy things such as like 30-second note bursts, 64th note bursts, sometimes steady 16th notes throughout the whole entire song. Pretty much like quarter notes and eighth notes when it comes to insane charts aren't really ever a thing anymore. A lot of dense chords that require usually about 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 note or note chord key presses, things like that. But we are still warming up nice and slowly, listening to some very good music. So this next song is very relaxing. I play this actually my round frequently. And I think this is actually from the current BMS of Fighters event. So a lot of the people who frequent my streams probably heard this song a lot. Also, Sparkover, I hope work's going well. So this song actually has a BPM change as well. In the bottom right-hand corner, next to the play info, will show the BPM changes. I think, Typo, am I correct, or is that at the top?
It's the bottom right, yeah.
Okay. And you will see a minimum, maximum, and average BPM. You'll see when it changes.
The song in particular actually looks like it changes a few times.
Yes, it's an amazing song. This is a very straightforward song of 16th notes, lots of chords. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. 1 E and a 2 E. Alright, the first tempo change happens here. Big tempo change. Oh, Sparko got to get back to work. Sparko, worko.
Yo, what up? We back. That score's fat. PHAT.
Also, Fuzzy Logic Crew, thank you so much for putting that flashing lights warning in as well. Yes, some of these BGAs have flashing lights, so if this content bothers you, if it does get to a point where for some songs I can turn off the BGAs knowing that they might be super flashy in the background and whatnot, so I'll try to catch that as much as possible. So next we're going to be rolling into another good song from the event. This is actually top rated from the event to start getting things rolling with some good music as well. I'm trying to think of the first song that I'm going to play without the music, just for key taps to kind of get a basic pattern of this game.
This one is actually a great example of those very high-effort BPAs I was referring to earlier. Like,
Yep.
it's... And I always love it when songs do that effect where they speed up out of space with no note, and you just see the measure bars fly by.
Pardon me, I'm waking up still. Take care, babe. Have a good one.
Ooh, yo, what up? We back. That scores fat. P-H-A-T. Hey, that scores.
All right. For the next song, we're going to be playing a song without any music to showcase kind of patterns in this game and how they can affect different methods to play the game. This is a very basic song. Let me see if I can find the perfect one for this.
No music, just some beautiful clickies.
Comment might work actually. It's a little bit higher BPM. But... All right. All right. So just strict key clacks. This is Comet Hyper 9. So yes. So I'm playing with no music either. Just going off of visuals.
For future VOD viewers, we're doing this intentionally.
Didn't want to get Edge Case Collective DMCA'd.
So everyone here watching this, if you're listening to these key tabs, just try to paint a picture in your mind of what the song sounds like to you. And I think something that would be really cool to do is actually, after this, play the song with the music on.
Absolutely. So this song is roughly, what, 108 BPM? So you can kind of think how it possibly sounds.
What's really cool about this is what you have in your head is either right, or it's this really awesome custom creation that you just brewed in your mind based on what you're hearing here, and both are awesome.
Absolutely. All right. So, that's actually interesting to raise a song without being able to actually listen to the song either. So, All right, so now actually going into the song, and we will see. So it's a 185 BPM song by Cosmograph with the genre known as Choco Mint Core. So a lot of the genres in this game, from the composers that make these songs, are usually just random genres that people have never heard of or just randomly created. So here we go. That was a really good idea, Typo. So this is actually a very, very popular song from, I think this was a Pabat event, or was it? I think it was Pabat or the previous Bofu. But all right, on to Comet with music. So that part gives me chills just because of how the patterning works with the overall song and how comfortable it feels in my mind, you know.
It's such an interesting shift from the rest of the song too, and it works super well. And I think the charting really reflects what the song's doing there too. It's kind of a completely different style of charting than the rest of the song does.
Absolutely, that part had a lot of syncopation. That's what I love. Like when music in my mind works together and how I want it to make sense, I think of stuff like that. Big syncopation, not too much quantization per se, but I think that was our first like proper 6/7 roll in a song. Very nice.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, so that's how Comet sounds with music added to it. So, all right, stepping back. So, as you saw with that song, Typo, what was some of the patterns that spoke out to you throughout that Hyper 9?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing was that middle section, especially the way that Random laid it out there, where it was all just kind of like those left to right streams.
Nice.
That was just, it just looks cool.
It's visually, it looks very fun to play, and then when you're actually playing it, you get that really good sense of just that rhythmic basis and bass line in the song. So I can definitely appreciate that 100%. So another song that I would like to play without music, just to show off kind of consistency in patterns and how long they go on throughout a song, is Complex Colors. A lot of people kind of get a vibe of Remocon from the Bimani composition team. Well, no, he's not Bimani's sound team. Pardon me.
Man, this was an excellent choice for this music off because that tech dance feel just really comes through with the keytaps.
Right. This is actually a really good warm-up sound, or warm-up song for most of my rounds. So, this song, as Typo was saying, the genre for this is actually, oh my gosh, is that, I see honk with your 2,000 channel points. But techno, so basically this song is exactly what Typo was saying. It's a kind of like a tech, I wouldn't say core, but just a tech-based song in general that would sound like a Remo con track, per se. So we're going to play this, and then we're going to get into some more good chill songs. Just to give an idea. Honk!
I'm actually really curious to hear from chat on whether their expectations for what this song sounds like were more on target than they were with the last one. Because I just feel like the charting on this song and the sound of the keytap really leads to a pretty good understanding of what's going on in the song.
How are the keytaps, by the way?
Beautiful as always.
Pardon me. Hey, good morning, Ryan. How are you doing? Oops.
Like on saying, she just thinks happy peppy tunes all the time anyway, and I think that's a really good thing to point out because it really is dependent on who you are, and if that's who you are, that's what you're going to hear, and that's awesome.
So that is a very, very good point. That is a very, very good point. So music affects everybody in different ways, right? So there are some songs that, you know, some people will listen to that piques a different emotion that kind of catches you off guard. Yeah, so Ari is talking about a song called Angel Salad. So Angel Salad is a very, so that's going to be a little bit later in the round because we're only 36 minutes in. We'll save that for when we start getting closer to reaching about like that 1 hour, 30-minute mark. That is a very, very interesting song that I would like to showcase just strict keytaps and then moving into what the song is actually like with audio. That is one massive thing. What ties me to this game is exactly just listening to keytaps sometimes. There are some videos that I'll watch of people, you know, going for PBs on songs and things like that, and the keytaps will just completely leave me mesmerized, pardon me. That's what I feel most of the time when I play this game. So if I know I am accurately hitting the notes, I will get that very nice sense of accomplishment, but then not only that, it really brings out a lot more emotion for me to feel the game and that specific song even better. And that's what ties me to music in this game or in 2DX in general. I know for most players, usually when they play a game like this, when you're constantly trying to push your skill set up, consistency is the key. But at a certain point, you really want to enjoy the things that you do in life, right? And if you want to play a wonderful rhythm game such as this or any other rhythm game across the board, it's going to take enjoying the music that you're playing in the game too. You just don't want to play a rhythm game and just kind of flow through the songs and have no emotion behind it. I don't really see, if you're playing a rhythm game like that, you might want to reconsider why you're playing the game. But in a sense, appreciating the type of content, especially what BMS has to offer across the board, when you're able to, mute the music, play off of key taps, and then next thing you know, you turn on the music. It creates such a different dynamic, and I hope a lot of people can feel the same way when it comes to these types of games. All right, we're going to be stepping back. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that it's really nice having this kind of different perspective on these games too, because I think all of us, and I know you've been there, I know I've been there, but all of us that play these games a lot get really locked down in the performance pressure on that I gotta do well. But honestly, this is just such an awesome art form that it's nice to take a step back and just kind of appreciate that for once.
Absolutely. And stepping back, right? So the block name, or the name for this block, is Aural Perception within Music, Rhythms, and Patterns, correct? So we're pretty much covering all the basics. We just covered up those three main topics of getting that form of sensation through music, rhythm, and patterns. We're going to step back to the music portion, and we're going to be listening to a song by Shiki, again, called Chariot. Another fantastic song that really gives me those crazy amounts of goosebumps, especially on the breakdown. It's considered a drum and bass song. Don't want to really dive too much into genres other than just appreciate good music in general, so... Typo, I know you like this one as well.
Of course.
This is a staple.
Something that's really cool about the beginning of the song is just kind of how it builds on itself in layers, and that's kind of reflected in the charting too.
Absolutely. So this part, musically and mathematically, just makes sense to me.
That slowdown here just really drives the point home too.
Right.
It's such a high energy song, but it just takes just a moment to let you step back and appreciate.
But the emotion behind the piano and the strings as well. And then you have this key change here. The key taps are mainly the drums on this portion. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's actually going to be a picture. I said I wasn't going to care too much about the scores, but getting another 99% perfect combo is just really nice to feel, especially when I see people in chat are saying the key clicks are insanely satisfying. That's exactly what I feel throughout that whole entire song. I'm getting goosebumps, knowing that, hey, I'm possibly playing very accurately. So thank you very much. Patrick says, I did also mention earlier that I heard a pattern in the taps, a very almost waltz-like pattern. Yeah, so, Typo, did you read his comment off earlier?
I did not.
Their comment? Pardon me. It's crazy because some of these songs, if you listen to just the key taps and you're trying to put the song and piece it together in your head, yeah, there are some songs that have that crazy shuffle that might make you think it's a waltz song and things like that. So, oh yeah, the key change at the very end, yeah.
So, possible song suggestion. I don't know if you had somewhere you were going with this. Do you have end time in here?
Do I have what song? Sorry?
End time.
End time?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's not cheeky.
Is it just end space time? Nah, I don't.
Yep. You don't? Okay. It's another one of those classic ones I think fills things, fits the mood pretty well, but yeah, you take it away.
Yeah, sorry. No, you're good, man. If you have
you're
any
good.
songs, so. Fellies is another very, very good one that we can play.
Yes. If you told me this was just going to be the Shiki and Onakin block, I would have been happy. But
Well, I mean, so much feeling between Shiki and Onakin songs that they released back years ago, you know? Like, it's crazy that these songs have been made. I mean, they're very dated. But in the community, I mean, to me, timeless songs.
this song actually has one of my favorite slowdowns in all of BMS too.
So, BPM change? Yes.
It's nice because it kind of uses that BPM change to just shift the focus to a different part of the track, while the music doesn't actually change that much other than dropping out some of the percussion, but that BPM change really serves to shift your focus onto the piano.
Absolute goosebumps. Oh, so much feeling. So listen to all the different instruments of this portion. Awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying the showcase. Thank you.
Ooh, yo, what up?
At the end there, we just kind of retread that main piano melody with a different instrument, and it just
Absolutely.
caps things off so nicely.
But if you heard in the background as well, the main piano element was just pretty much swapped out for like this really interesting like MIDI sounding pan flute. So it's just so interesting to see and listen to how these charts are comprised and created. And you're talking about years and years ago, and they still just have so much body, you know, in the community for these songs. It's just amazing. I'm pretty sure Love Groove. This is the original Love Groove. I don't remember it too well. But all right. So moving into the rhythm portion, we are going to be playing. Yay or nay? So this song, rhythmically, by Sabrim, is a Korean composer in the BMS community. He has a lot of feeling towards chart theory and how his songs basically work off of charting in this game. So there's a lot of shuffles, a lot of long notes, things like that. You know, I might elect to play this on non-ran just to showcase kind of how rhythm and patterns in the song can correlate to the music overall across the board. You know this song, right, Typo?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It was absolutely a fantastic experience when Sarum came in after this event was released and I played this for him. I was smiling so much. This song really brings me so much happiness, and I hope that it brings a lot of happiness to you all as well. So if you already noticed, the chords are offset. The notes are not exactly on time, so the song is not quantized by any means.
These incredibly syncopated, kind of swingy charts are just some of my favorite things to play in this game.
Right. I hope this is a good chart to show kind of rhythms and patterns as well. Whoopsies. That chord right there, every single time, big feel.
And for those out there who know me and know 2DX, I don't think I need to say how much I love Garden. It kind of gives me this song gives me similar feel.
Absolutely. Listen to this part. And then you have the syncopation on the rise right here. Dissonance. Very nice. So fun to play, so satisfying to listen to, and it just brings a lot of happiness as well. And yes, I got a big Garden vibe off of that song as well. Oh, whoops. So pardon me for a quick second. We had one crash, the first crash of the session. That sometimes happens with these games. It's just a quick little restart and not a big deal. BMS in general. Cool, we are back.
At least this game starts up in like 2 seconds, unlike certain other games.
Right, like Beat Me in 2Dix Infinitas. Pardon the Twitch tours for a second. Alright, so the next song that we're going to be getting into for music basis and rhythm. I'm gonna step back to Tap at 2020 again. And Jamit, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a good morning. Welcome to Fuzzy Logic. Before we take a step into some more upbeat stuff. Make sure that this is And thank you all so much for having me as well, Edge Case Collective crew. I appreciate it. All right, we are just getting close to hitting that 1 hour on this block. So I wanted to step into a very, very big feel song. So shout out to Lollipop.
Yeah. This is just quiet time here. Just enjoy it.
Every time.
Ooh, yo, what up? We back. That score's fat. P-H-A-T. That score's fat.
Oh, yes. So I see a lot of individuals who are saying, song is really beautiful. It's hitting me in the feels every time. Yes. This song brings a lot of remembrance over what I've been going through this year. So every single time I do play it, I love this song very, very much. But this song gives me a lot of look back on this year in general and the things to be very grateful for. So not gonna lie, while playing that song, tears do feel like they want to come out at certain points, but there's this really undertone form of strength in the song as well. So, all right, moving on into Callum. So, I really do hope y'all are appreciating and enjoying this blog. Typo, thank you so much for being with me, dude. As always, man.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man. I know a lot of people who see the cursor on the screen are probably like thinking that's their actual mouse. All right. So this is a very interesting song by Ahaz. So listen to the time signature mainly. It doesn't follow your standard 4x4 at certain points. Offset chords and trills. Very, very buttery song. Very, very buttery song. Very interesting because the song actually had changing time signatures throughout the whole entire song. It would go from 4/4 to 3/4 and certain points 6/8 time signature. If some of those individuals caught it.
Yeah, that's honestly why I just kind of completely dropped out there. I was so mesmerized by just like watching and listening and picking up on those.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's crazy. It's crazy that composers in this game have such different dynamics of using those time signature changes, because when you're utilizing different time signatures in this game, it requires changing the measure counts, all this different type of stuff. It's not like on sheet music where you can create a bar line and just write like 3/4 and then there you go and then change. There's so much more like technical aspects that go into it. Cavelli, I'm not too sure, but I'll send it to you. I redid the folder for my BGMs before this stream and took a whole bunch of crazy bangers out. I'll make sure to send this to you after. No problem. I do want to get into some... Alright, so we're going to lift up the vibe just a tad bit. I played this for Ari the other day when she hopped in on the stream. Real quick. I'm wondering if I should play this without audio first to showcase the patterns for it. Alright, we're going to play this without audio first. So mainly focusing on the patterns, because this is one of the reasons why I love this song very, very much, is the intricate patterns that the song has to offer. So.
Oh, game audio, it's supposed to be good. We're just listening to some nice key clicks here. Oh, that part is so nice.
So just kind of think how the song is going, with all these breaks and key taps and everything else. That last roll is probably hardest thing in the song. But now getting into how it sounds with music, it's going to be very interesting because a lot of those portions with those little tiny piano runs were probably not caught on the key taps because of all the long notes. And that's one of the dynamics that I like to showcase in this game, is that how long notes can change so much of the diversity and patterns across the board.
That score's fat. PHA.
I totally see that flag on this sounding like a Forsaken City from Celeste.
Yep. I was waiting for somebody to come out with Forsaken City. This part. Typo, listen to these drums that come in. My favorite part here. I love this. Love that so much.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the percussion here is just incredible.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Piano based, yep, called it piano based. Absolutely. That is a very, very piano driven song. Very, very gorgeous too. Yep, it does give off that hardcore kind of sound as well. Absolutely. Alright, so next. An hour and 6 minutes, perfect. We have so much more that we can cover in the video. This is actually going really well, and I really hope you all are enjoying this, because this is a very different aspect of the type of rounds that I've had, just kind of highlighting these sort of charts that stick out.
So, Dodd, I'm not sure which direction you're trying to go with this right now, but I feel like Sima Theory would fit in really nicely here.
Oh, Finnery?
Yeah.
My Silent Room?
Yeah, Silent Room was great too. Yeah. Yeah.
But what?
Yeah.
This song?
Oh, Fairy Quintus was what
Oh,
I was
okay.
saying.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I wasn't too sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. 100%. What song though? We have I think it's Strav and then Disturb. Strav would probably
Disturb.
be Disturb. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a 10. You know what? Sure, we're playing it for the song. Oh, I see Nelv is already being thought about. Absolutely. So Nelv is going to be popping out near the end when because as with this round, right? It was early. It's early, you know. And I know for me, we started this at 9 a.m. and I'm still waking up. So once we get closer to that 2-hour mark before we start moving into the next block, we're going to be waking the stream up with a couple of different style songs. So just to showcase a little bit more of the direction of music and how it can tie into that feeling of Synthesia. So this song's amazing too. Thank you, Typo, for your advice.
Let's keep those kind of hardcore vibes going.
Absolutely. So 64th note first and scratches.
Talking about the very discordant sounds in this one, and to me, that's actually part of why I just love about Fairy Quintus. But break all the rules. The section here with the vocals will also just be living in everyone's brains for the rest of the day.
What a great pattern at the end. And an absolutely beautiful song. And yes, you are so right.
Ooh, yo, what up? We back. That score's fat. P-H-A-T. That score's fat.
Hey, Zyber. So, this block isn't like all the other blocks that I've been holding for many other events. This is focused on oral perception. So, rather than just playing the typical bangers 24/7 that I usually do, we're taking a step back and playing songs that really provide more feeling, if anything, across the board. So, I feel you, but thank you very much. All right. Going back to the hand folder, because I was looking for... Where is it? Rough.
Oh, there's a good one.
Yep. Another really, really good piano composition. So pattern-wise, this is so satisfying. That is a very, very fun chart to play, and that's the first time perfect comboing it. I hope those key taps were very enjoyable to listen to because I felt a lot of good vibes off of that play.
You know how we do? That score's fantastic all year.
Absolutely. I was not expecting stuff to pop off like this, but thank you for the GGs. where this scoring is definitely not the focus of this round, but thank you so much.
Scoring is not the focus, but we can all enjoy a good score every once in a while.
Yes, absolutely. And with that, we're gonna light. Oh goodness. Yeah, we take those. We take those. Frick. Oh, frick. You know, I think this is actually
frick.
Yep, there it is. Ooh. goodness gracious.
Beats, break space. Become on my shop the place. Beats, break space. Beats, break space.
So this song has a piano run that's absolutely wonderful.
Break space.
Listen to those snaps. Syncopation on the drums here, amazing. Then we got the roll.
And the key taps on the perfectly executed roll like that are just one of the best things about this game.
Break space. Become on my shop the place. Break space.
So this song should provide some real good feel-good vibes. The frick button's brilliant. Now you caught that. Currently listening without watching and just imagining what the chart must look like. It's very fun. Fantastic chart. All right, so we are coming close to the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. This is, once we get to the 30-minute mark, we are going to be breaking out into much more difficult pattern songs and things like that. Enjoy your breakfast. Thank you so much for coming through. But with that, we are going to be stepping into Pourquoi by Soundpiercer. Oh. Yeah, Etia, big BMS. Big BMS. And happy Saturday, everybody. And I hope everybody's been enjoying Fuzzy Logic. I know yesterday was crazy amazing watching all those blocks of teaching others how to speedrun games. I definitely enjoy those. This is such a unique event, and I can really appreciate Educate Select for putting this on. Thank you so much. Another great song with awesome patterns.
Yeah, this event, with 2020 being what it's been, we've seen so many more online marathons, and it's just really cool to see something with a little bit different of a focus. Obviously, marathons focused on, amazing skilled speedruns and PBs and all of that are really great to watch, but it's kind of cool to approach gaming and, the surrounding, the things that go around it from a little bit of a different perspective.
Absolutely. And as I said, this block and this session for myself is definitely focused on music patterns and rhythms in general and how you get those nice goosebump feelings. So this song, there's a slowdown, and every single time the slowdown happens, and immediately after this portion, it starts speeding up again. Right here. So you just have that really sensational move into the next phrase of the song. So this song incorporates mainly single note streams with a couple chords here and there, making it very nice to follow, easy going in a sense. Yeah, very smooth. Very nice. Very comfortable to play as well. Sound Piercer in general is a very strong composer in the BMS community. Pardon me. Sorry, I get very excited off that song. The end and how it just builds up after that slowdown. There's so much just good vibes backed into that. So what's funny, Edge Case Collective Crew and chat, I was actually going to build a playlist for this block, but then I got very busy with Christmas cards because I'm planning on sending out a bunch of personalized Christmas cards that I didn't make a playlist. So we were just hand-picking songs left and right from the brain. So I hope it's fitting and just kind of providing the good vibes as well. So.
Honestly, in some ways, I think this is better than having, an overly prepared list, because you can just kind of take it wherever the feelings take you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no rush, and that's what I definitely wanted to do with a block like this, rather than, having a playlist just rolling through songs and just feeling rushed. Like, we're taking our time, enjoying music in general and what we have, so. With that, what's the next song that I do want to play? Where are we at? Just shy of an hour and 30. Yes, I know what we can play. Where was it? Where did you go? Where did you go? I lost it. So we're going to step into some aesthetic trance. So what's great about this song is the chart utilizes a bunch of very precisely timed slowdowns, incorporating jacks as well, which is a note that is basically like, let's say, key 2. There's 2 button presses in quick succession, one after the other. So rather than just like having, a space like quarter note, you're talking about more of a possible like 16th note, 32nd note on the same key, just like da-da. Some of the portions of the song have jacks as well, but they highlight and give the chart more character and the song more character, including the slowdowns. And yes, Zyber says at jackhammer. If you could envision a jackhammer exactly. So this song, every single time, big feels here.
And it's just so visually cool with those slowdowns on the long notes.
Isn't it amazing? Patterns. Visually, it's so satisfying. So much feeling here.
BGA just matches the feeling so perfectly too.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely gorgeous song every time. Oh gosh, every time, just complete goosebumps and just chills.
That score's fat. PHA.
Oh goodness. Very emotional song. Yeah, that tempo change. Alright, so now we're going to be stepping into songs that are very interesting. So the next song that I do want to showcase is with just key taps. Angel Salad. We're not going to play the Insane just because it's just going to be too much with key taps for some individuals, but I will be playing the Another. This is a very interesting song for the current BMS event. Some people might not be able to follow this musically, and when we even turn on the music, it might be hard for some people to follow musically, but I actually have a very, very deep... this song hits me very deep on a very interesting level. So I hope you all enjoy these absolutely out-of-whack key taps. Please watch out for flashing lights. A lot of the imagery on the BGA will contain a lot of flashing lights, so just want to put that out there. So, another song where try to put the key sounds in your mind and think of what the song might be.
Not gonna lie, listening to the key taps of this song is just like getting me a little short of breath. Like, can't keep up with this.
Very hard song.
It's very clear that there is a lot going on in this song.
So as I said, this song is a very big experience. A lot of people might not be able to handle this musically. Probably an upbeat track. I'm seeing strings at one point. All right, let's get into it. So this is one of the songs that provide an auditory overload. So, pattern-wise, people are probably like, what in the world is going on right now? This song takes a very interesting direction on semi-syncopated patterns, but they're actually constructed over a different time signature. Aside, when I look into the song, the time signature actually changes within every half measure.
And I think, coming from a less technical perspective, those time signature changes, I think, really lead to this feeling that at least I'm getting from this song, where it feels like it just doesn't finish a thought. Like, it's just throwing so many things at you, and it jumps to the next thing, and nothing ever, like, completes or resolves, and it's just so uncomfortable, but it's, like, in a really interesting, good, and comfortable sense, you know? Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
So that's one of the songs that I'm glad that we were able to showcase for oral perception, because even though this is probably not a genre of music that people would listen to all the time, there is a very specific amount of feeling in this song. The individual who composed the song, Typo, you actually hit it exactly on the money. A lot of thoughts in the minds that pretty much don't ever get to a finish due to how, like, 2020 was for a lot of individuals. The composer who made this had the same idea. The genre is le myth, right? So kind of the myth. Thoughts that were basically constructed in the individual's head while making this song just were left in an open state of confusion. But yet, when that one chord happened in the song, if you notice, where there was just that long note chord that came through and the BGA had color, that's when things were possibly making sense through those weird and unconstructive thoughts. So just a very, very interesting push. So panic attack and things like that. Anxiety, things like that. It's just really interesting, rather than showcasing, very, very touching songs on an emotional level that will bring sadness or happiness. We all do deal with feelings of, anxiety. I know I'm a PTSD victim. I deal with all these things as well. So when I play a song like that, it brings me back to the level of understanding myself a little bit more, even though the song is sometimes hard to understand. So just having that thought basis with music as well and how it can apply to you is very important. So we're going to cool it down just for a quick second after that song, rather than getting into some more crazy stuff, because I don't want to overload you all with too much. Yeah, Typo, that was a great way to explain the song while we were playing it. So for the individuals watching the BGA as well, because that's another portion of this block to focus on, please keep an eye on the video. There's a really pretty cat that pops up. And if you do have any cat emotes, please drop them. A nice segue after Angel Salad, because as much I would love to get into another song, we definitely take a audio break from that.
Something tells me that we will have no shortage of cat emotes.
Excellent. So this song incorporates 6-note chords as well, if you noticed.
It's actually a really interesting charting decision to have those 6-note chords, because that's something that you usually only see at heavier stuff, where they really want to emphasize a big hit, and to see it used to emphasize just like where the emphasis is in the piano track. It's a really cool usage of it. Absolutely,
I agree. So, and that's another thing with BMS, so difficulties, we can get into that real quick, even though I don't want that to be the focus. So this is an insane rated chart. It does say legendary in the bottom corner, that's just a little mod that I have. So the difficulties that are utilized in the BMS community across the charts are normal, hyper, another, and insane. And then you have subcategories in the insane level and whatnot. What Typo was getting on was saying, hey, it's very interesting to hear a song like this incorporate the usage of 6-note chords. This is due to most likely the difficulty of the song, but it still works in a sense. It's very, very cool to see, because like you're talking about, this is a insane rated like another 12 pretty much, with only 995 notes. So talking about chart theory in a little sense there. All right, next we're gonna get back into some more heavy stuff. We're not even going to play this without the key taps. We're just gonna jump straight into it. And to be fair, I'm just gonna play. What do you think? The Hyper or the Another of Nelf?
You know what? Let's get the Another in there.
Another?
Yeah. I actually think that does a pretty good job of representing what's going on.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to kick it up another notch. We are sitting at roughly about 23 minutes left on the block. Thank you so much. So we're just going to start rolling in through a little bit more songs that bring a very intense feeling, heavy stuff. All while in between these heavy songs that we're playing, we're going to be playing some uplifting songs as well. To close out this block. Absolutely amazing patterns, by the way.
And this little Jackson there on that, on the 4 key, the very center lane on there, just, it goes so well with what's going on in the song. That section there right before that long note actually demonstrates something that you see in a lot of charts in this game, where there's this the button that the kick drum gets assigned to is always like a central focus of the way charts are written. A lot of times we'll use the word anchor to refer to that, but in that case where you had that like steady kick on every beat, it really showed up visually in the chart, and it was kind of the structure in which everything else in that section was built around.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, big agree. That's another big thing about charting in general, having that very, very steady and concrete anchor. It's not a thing you should do in all the charts, of course, but that adds a very, very good sense of direction in a chart like this, for a song like this. I think it's very nice to emphasize those portions of the song just because it gives it more depth, you know. Highlights that characteristic in the song that makes you feel just a very, very interesting way, in a good way, of course. And next we're going to be walking into Tennessee. This is one of my favorites from Silent Room.
I think we've got a couple out there in the audience who love this one too.
Absolutely brilliant song. Very beautiful. Very fast, very zoomy. It's time to wake up, get our Saturday started. So those chord rolls are very fun to play.
Is this non-ran?
This is non-ran.
Okay.
This song has fantastic chart theory. Were you seeing typo?
Oh, I was just going to say, for those that the audience less familiar with these games, there's an option called random that lets you shuffle what length of notes appear at, which is good for play purposes, but for the visual pattern appreciation purposes, I love that we don't have that on here because you can really see some cool things with this chord rolls at the beginning of the song, for example. Here, you've got the steady beat on the left hand. And that just wouldn't be quite so visible with random on.
Such good vibes.
Kind of cool comparing to the last song too. Both Silent Room songs, obviously. Silent Room had some help on this one, but you can both tell where it's very similar, but this has such a brighter vibe to it. Whereas the last one was, very kind of dark and industrial.
Visually and rhythmically, that song is so satisfying to play. Really is. It's very, very fun. And absolute goosebumps throughout the whole entire end of the song. Bringing the really, really good vibes for that. For our next song, we'll be stepping into the last page. Another very, very good just overall, this song, as you can see by the video, it's probably giving you the idea of being on a journey. This song really, really resonates with me of how 2020 has been for some individuals. But trying to keep it in a positive way, rather than just constantly looking back in negativity. So. And I hope this song can resonate with some of the others in chat as well. happy Saturday. See, like, this is... I just got really emotional at the end of that song, just realizing that this is most likely my last event providing 2DX/BMS for throughout the whole entire year. So, and I'm very appreciative for that. Holy crap.
This is a great event to wrap it up with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been an absolute journey this year. So I really do pass out a lot of love to Educase Collective and the community in general for really being on the ride with us all throughout this year. A lot of people have been stepping back to the stees and things like that. I've met a lot of great people, and a lot of them came from this community and Educase Collective, so a lot of supportive people. All right. Well, we're coming up to the last 10 minutes of the block, and probably going to find some nice, easier going stuff to close out with. Bring a little bit more emotion to things. So we're gonna hit it with on a sunny afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you. You were the one individual from, last year who, pushed me and believed in me, man. So thank you. Really appreciate that. Another great song by Lollipop, so... So in the BJ, that's actually Lollipop in his backyard, playing the composition that he came up with for this. Ooh, that... Thanks, random.
Oh my!
You saw that? 357 with a little sneaky 4 up in there. I love the charting for the strings here because a lot of songs that have these slowdowns or the little breaks don't capitalize on strings enough, and Lollipop did a fantastic job with the composition and the charting in general. The final run is very, very good and very different from most of the songs as well, chart theory-wise, but check out the theory that was involved in this. Lots of swung notes, lots of crazy things going on at the end. I remember the first time I played that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Lollipop! Look at this theory at the end of the turn." He's like, "Hey,
That score's fat.
I had to throw a little bit of something special in there." All right, I think we have enough time for 2 more songs. We're sitting at 1 hour and 51 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you so much for the 2-hour block allowance for Fuzzy Logic. So, we're going to be rolling into a nice chill song and then one of my favorite trance songs to close it out to move into a fantastic Saturday. And I hope you all are hydrating. Whether it's... No, you need to be drinking water. If you ain't drinking water, you're wrong. You know how it goes for these marathons.
It's actually kind of funny that you bring that up. Playing these games is like so sneaky dehydrating.
Oh, it is.
You don't notice it until your brain just stops working.
Edge Case Collective, shout outs. Thank you so much for having both of us, allowing my good friend Typo hop on comms with me. Just giving a little bit of a nice pass out and love to Typo. So this individual on commentary, I've known him for quite a long time in the 2DX community, right? We didn't talk much though. We kind of streamed unlisted, but we were rivals. I think, good lord, starting, what was it? Was it Spotter or?
It's Tricoro, I think.
Tricoro, yeah. Yeah, so a long time ago, we've known each other as rivals, and little did I know this year, he was attempting to start, like he was streaming on Twitch, and he appeared in my chat and alongside with his wife, Sarianosaurus, and I think everybody in the community can remember when I lit up like a bright star when I saw Typo hop, and I was like, "Excuse me, where have you been?" Because I'd never properly met him either. So just having you involved in these events and things like that, and holding your own events as well with your wife, it's been absolutely wonderful, dude.
It's been one of the brightest points in this year, honestly.
Yeah,
It's been great to be back, great to have you around. It's great to be part of this amazing community.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hi,
We
Drew.
back.
All right.
Score's
So we have time for one more song, and to pass it on. So I have kept things slightly chill for the most part throughout this whole entire block, but we are going to lift up the vibes with a banger to close things off to roll into the next block. I love this song very, very much from the current event by Korok BB. It's very uplifting, and just to bring the happiness rolling on for the rest of Saturday. Thank you so much for having me. Edge Case Collective, we're going to close out with the song. Thank you so much. Typo, I appreciate you being here, man. We got to close out with the hype.
Thank you again for having me. Yeah, let's just enjoy this.
Yes, very good song. So if you have any of your jam emotes, Sour please. I don't know how the bot works in Edge Case Collective, but put those in chat, please. Sour please.
Very nice. We've been all serious mode, talking about all these theory and feelings and stuff. And you know what? Let's just unwind here.
Oh, absolutely. You still have to have that nice excitement. You gotta have joy in your life with music as well, so. one of my favorites to play from the event. It's so fun. Pattern-wise, music-wise, the rhythms are great. Well, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate the love, and I hope you enjoyed this block going over how music in these rhythm games can tack on different feelings of synesthesia. So, dotphase, I'm going to be out. Thank you so much for the love. Typo, you want to close out with anything, man?
You know what? Just thanks everyone for hanging out here and enjoying this with us, and hopefully this has made you feel a few things over the last couple of hours. Good luck to everyone else the rest of this marathon. I know we're gonna see some great stuff the rest of this weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely. Typo, thank you so much for being here. Edge Case Collective, thank you so much for allowing me to hop on for Fuzzy Logic. Everybody who's involved in this event, showcasing some very interesting things. I can't wait to see what this event has to offer as well. I also want to pass out a massive shout out to everyone who's been helping out throughout this year to allow me to be in these great events. This is the last one for me, so this is definitely a very big concrete portion in my heart. So thank you all so much. I know I see a couple of Valks members up in here as well, so shout out to the RPG Valkyries and providing some love as well. 2DX community coming through, rhythm game community on Twitch in general, thank you so much. With that, I don't know how we're really going to be transitioning, but I am good to go. Thank you so much, Typo. I love you very much. Thank you so much for being here with me on comms. Everybody in chat, I love you. Thank you so much for making this year much more bearable than it has been. To everybody who's going to be showcasing content and Fuzzy Logic, best of luck, have fun, and I will see y'all later. Take it easy.